Hello, my name is Gianna Bertucci, and my research question was, what is the impact of having an autosomal dominant inheritance pattern on hypermobility Ehlers-Danlos syndrome? This syndrome, or disorder, is also known as HEDS, called HEDS. I researched how HEDS, being an autosomal dominant inheritance pattern, affects children having the same disorder and presenting symptoms as their parents. Whether one or both parents has the disorder and presents symptoms, it can change if their children will present them in the same way or not. If their children do present symptoms with the disorder, their symptoms likely will be similar to their parents. What is HEDS? HEDS is one of 13 subtypes of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which makes up approximately 90% of the population with the disorder. It is a genetic disorder that affects all the connective tissue in the body. This includes more well-known areas such as the skin, tendons, and ligaments, but also affects the connective tissue in the stomach lining, blood, and cartilage. In society, those with rare disorders/diseases commonly go unnoticed and misunderstood. The symbol of EDS is the zebra because when you hear hoofbeats, you think of horses, not zebras. Compare muscle fibers in an EDS-positive person on the left to a non-EDS person on the right. What are the symptoms of HEDS? This disorder causes symptoms including loose joints, easily stretched muscles, and digestive issues. There are also more severe symptoms such as cardiovascular issues, for example, an aortic dilation, common joint dislocations/subluxations, and reduced life expectancy. People with this disorder commonly have side effects not directly caused by it, but by other symptoms that may appear. Tight muscles, for example, are common for these people to have, caused by ligaments and tendons being elastic. The body tries to balance out the elasticity by over-tightening the muscles surrounding it. These issues all add up to cause daily discomfort and difficulties for those with the condition. HEDS is highly connected to other disorders such as dysautonomia or postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, POTS. These disorders have symptoms that align and are commonly diagnosed together. What is an autosomal dominant inheritance pattern? Well, let's break down what this term means. Humans have 23 chromosome pairs, one of which determines the sex of an individual. The rest are called autosomal chromosomes. So, autosomal means that the gene in question is a non-sex chromosome. The HEDS gene being dominant means that one parent having it is enough to pass it down to their offspring. To compare, an autosomal recessive inheritance pattern requires 2 copies of that gene to pass it down. Just like with any other genetic inheritance, offspring are more likely to have the same HEDS traits as their parents. If both parents have very stretchy and fragile skin, then their children are highly likely to have that issue as well. You can see with these graphs how having one affected and one unaffected parent can affect if their offsprings have the disorder or not. The pink and purple genes are affected, while the gray and white are not. So the 2 children who are not affected would have recessive genes, while those that have the affected genes are dominant. What's different about hypermobile EDS? Hypermobile EDS is the only variant that does not have one known single gene mutation, but rather involves multiple genetic factors. In comparison to various ways HEDS comes through, variants in just the COL3A1 gene are what can cause the vascular type of EDS. As you see here, there is a sequence analysis of the COL3A1 mutation as well as a molecular analysis of the gene. So, why do we care about this issue? Although there is no cure for the disorder yet, understanding this pattern of inheritance is important for diagnosing individuals with the disorder. This helps people get the help they need, like physical therapy, medications, and medical supports, such as braces and kinesiology tape. Daily management is key to living with this and functioning in a society where chronic pain is still being researched. This knowledge can also be helpful for 2 people who may be trying to start a family. They may weigh other options if they have gotten genetic testing and are confident their children will have this disorder. Or, knowing that their children are likely to have the same symptoms as their parents, this can give them a head start on caring for their symptoms. In conclusion, hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a collection of physical symptoms that gets passed down from parents to their offspring through an autosomal dominant pattern. Since symptoms can be present with just one parent having the gene, this makes the likelihood of it being passed down high. Symptoms include more minor issues such as stretchy skin, as well as more severe ones like decreased lifespan. There is no cure, but research continues to be made on the disorder. May is Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome Awareness Month. Here is my works cited page. Thank you for watching my presentation.